This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the LinkUp podcast with your host, Mr. King, Kana, and Woods here.
Hola.
And what episode would this be?
This is 31.
31? Okay, then 31. Last one was 30. Okay.
No, we make a big scene that it was 30 last time.
We're creeping up to 50, boy.
Yeah, but memory's still bad. So, just gotta double check and make sure that, it's the right episode. And
we're on 31. We're on 31.
Okay, check and make sure everybody levels right and volume right before we, get going. It seems like everything is alright,
Put your phone on silent.
Your phone should be on silent. My phone always on silent. Yeah, it never leaves silent. So that ain't never an issue for me.
I think once in a while I take it off. I think only if I'm expecting a phone call or something like that. But other than that, my phone don't come off for silent.
The only notification I receive is when my mother texts me. For the rest, everything is on silent. No.
Or
not even vibrate.
You could do that specific for like a person?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need that much detail in my phone. For me, it's just silent for everybody.
You put certain people like
this is what goes for one goes for all.
You make a group, but you put only one person in that group. The most important person should be your mother, and then you put.
So why not your father? Why your mother?
You know why? Because my father never texts me, bro. My father, if he needs me, he calls me. That's a man thing. You don't text a man, you just call a man. Hey, this what I need, this what I do. Cool, done.
But yeah, that's kind of true. Like, I had to text my mother, I had to call my father.
If you ever had a conversation with your father on text, think about it.
A few lines, whenever something.
No, a few lines, not a conversation. No, that's just a transaction with words.
Yeah. I can't join this conversation. Dark humor.
I was gonna make another joke, right? But that would have been a little bit too stereotypical. So we go avoid it. We go avoid that. But yeah, it's true. I didn't really think of it like that. I just text my mother and only call my father. Which is a bit shame. I should probably call my mom.
I don't call guys. I hate when a dude calls me. I just be like, why is he calling me?
It depends on the severity of the situation. If it's something I need you right now, I understand why you would call. But if it's just to call to say, hey, what's up? I hanging up the phone. Mm-hmm. Hey, yo, what's up, man? What you doing?
That sounds like something you also do.
Yeah, that's why, I ain't gonna even go, no.
Shout out to you.
I agree though, hang up. If that's the purpose of the call, hang it up.
But so what wrong with your homie checking up on you?
I ain't gonna lie, there are certain rare instances, certain people kind of call me and then we'll have a conversation and thing, and that's because, okay, we was typing or whatever, you're talking business, then let's talk over the phone or whatever, because that's quicker than typing and thing. If it's a deep topic or something you call me to discuss or you want to get my political views on something or whatever like that, if it's that type of setting, cool, we'll talk. Or there's voice notes for that. If it's okay, we type in and you're getting a little too much type, voice note back and forth a little bit, and that may be it. But
it needs generally to be speaking, important. That's the thing.
I don't mind picking up the phone if it's once in 2 months you calling me or something. But if you're a regular caller or something like that, I remember this one dude that used to call me and I just used to get pissed every time I see his name. He would refuse to text, he would send a hey and then 2 seconds after the hey he called it. And I'm like, he just want that urgent, that immediate response and thing. And I'd be like, yo, don't call me. I don't like to speak on the phone if you're not a female.
So that was a warning sign, and every time you see hey, you're like, fuck.
Sometimes it didn't even come with a hey. Sometimes it's just call direct.
At least the hey is a warning. You can expect what coming up.
You can at least turn off the phone quick.
Just watch it until it stops ringing.
I can't remember the last time I actually had a phone conversation with a fella for real. My last conversation was females.
The last one I probably was with Screw. Kind of man we was talking some music stuff and some slight business thing. That was probably the last person I talked with over the phone. That was a dude.
The last person.
And I don't mind that because that Screw and it's been out. It won't be often every now and then. It's now and then he called and then we would have a decent reasonable long talk, catch up and things, see what he's doing.
Been a while and I'm kind of
Yo, I can't even remember what the last man was.
That sound a little suspect. We worried out a little bit.
What the last
You
man?
can't remember what
The last man you spoke to on the phone was with.
Yeah. I can't. Like, it has to. Like,
Let me clean it up for you. a little bit.
yeah. See, this is what happens when you got some assholes and but
have
as
somebody,
the world turns,
they got somebody. You have to have somebody in the group. You know?
Not just Kana.
I just feel in that spot.
you fill in a lot of spots now.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. This is what I'm trying to prove. See, every time I say something, your brain
Christ.
automatically goes to that.
That is how I know.
That one in particular, especially coming off of what was just said.
But I'm just proving my point now.
No,
It's like,
no.
Fucking assholes. But anyway.
Yo.
Anyway, as the world turns, what going on, fellas? Everything
I'm
cool?
tired, but I've been working a lot. I'm tired, no ass. I think today is my first off day in like 4-5 days.
Making that overtime money.
Man, they don't pay you overtime. Is go work at plus hours. So like one day they're gonna just be like, alright, you don't have to come work today. You can stay home.
I mean, well, at least you getting paid somewhere.
I'd rather the cash.
yeah, I understand. That was when they got specific budget allocated and they're trying to pay you
no,
specific budget
however
for the
much,
employee.
however much you work, like that shit is steady. Whether you work less or you work more. So
Y'all gotta make a union.
that ain't gonna work in that place. That ain't gonna work in that
Never
place.
But there's a lot of
Never.
places that have things like that, where it's like, if you reach a certain amount of hours, like, okay, just get off for the next set to make. Is like I said, they just trying to make sure that we have a certain amount of budget. This is how much you're trying to pay employees based on the contracts and stuff that we
And
have.
already got paid
and they signed to this much
extra-
hours or whatever.
What is
When you get your contract
Sunday?
renewed, you're gonna bring your diploma. You're gonna be like, boy, listen here. I want to raise.
But not for the position. I can't have a position I have.
But
Maybe
the thing is, you
But
ask
if I
for a
want
raise,
climb,
you
if
want
I
a higher
want, yeah, that's the
position
thing.
too.
And I ain't about that.
I heard of a dude. I remember when I was doing informatica, there was a dude. He was saying that, I don't remember what position he had at where he used to work, but he was like, when he gets properties and stuff like that from there, he getting a raise and thing on the job, and it wasn't even to sit out the IT was related to the work that he was doing. I think he was just like a supervisor or something. Was like,
But
as
just the
soon as
fact
you
that
get
you
the
gotta pay
properties,
for-
that was
Yeah.
going to lead to a raise and
Your
things
papers,
or whatever job he was doing.
you need to get a minimum. Like, if you have like a associate's degree, whatever, you need to have like a minimum. Like,
But
this is the amount of money that someone with this type of degree needs
Is
to get.
entitled to get. Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
We need to look into that. Ask somebody.
I might have
We
to.
gotta
See if you got
lawyer at the
anybody.
campus.
I got
Ain't got
mine
nobody at the job that already finished school or whatever that just still working there or whatever.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is position. If you want a higher paid salary, you either ask for more hours or you try to like move up within the company. I'm not trying to move up in that bitch.
I understand.
Sean's a plan.
But
You
I'm
ready?
just trying to see if you could ask the question and be like, yo, okay, so what happened when you get a diploma? Did you
I could
consult
ask.
and ask?
I could ask, but I'm pretty sure that is like it don't
just
matter.
gonna be a straight up no.
Because
okay,
they got
your
people that got
degrees, your
degrees. They got
qualifications
people
don't
like
matter.
they got people that got degrees like
It's
before.
just based on the position.
Yeah, it's based on the position. It's a position based something. It's not
So
necessarily
it's a
like,
hierarchy company then.
yeah, practically, and is a whole structure. Is a whole complex.
How about you, King? Everything cool? Up
Yeah,
in the
man.
music making industry?
I've been chilling.
What? As a matter of
working.
fact, what I say with school? How's school going?
I don't know.
I was expecting an answer.
I'll let you know when something change.
So it's the same then.
Basically,
All right, cool.
since the last time this was discussed,
Yeah.
ain't nothing changed.
All right, cool. I ain't gonna ask again then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just music and work. School is there.
Just
chilling.
Just there. Just there in the background.
Yeah, for now. Until I decide, something gonna change, and I know when that gonna be, but soon enough.
So
I guess.
you find out that decision should be made like ASAP.
I know,
Okay,
I know.
cool.
Probably shouldn't, but
Probably, I think
Probably.
it might be your best interest.
Speaking of ASAP,
Oh God.
we gotta talk about this now. This has been something that's been bothering me for at
You
least a
gotta
week
talk.
now.
who that Rocky? I mean, like speaking of ASAP,
This
it's
is
like what happened to ASAP Rocky?
Nothing happened to ASAP Rocky, but ASAP Ferg got a dope song though, with forgot the man name.
That one that you're just playing there before the podcast started.
Yeah. With Good Gas, A$AP Ferg.
Like
FKI
what's good gas? Like really and truly, what is good gas?
Well, in rap
when you go to the dentist and you get that good gas, that laughing gas, that's some good gas right there, my friend. Make you laugh, make you cry, make you do everything but die. The good gas.
Okay. According to me, rappers are like they're referring to marijuana.
I never knew that weed was a gas though.
Yeah, gas is specifically referred to something else.
I thought it was laughing gas. No?
There's many things. I mean,
you ever had laughing gas before, Jean?
No.
Don't talk bad about it. You never had it.
No, but I don't think rappers would be specifically referring to laughing gas.
Rappers drink Tylenol with Sprite.
Yeah, maybe if it was Dutch rappers and things. That's more something up here. I don't know if it's as big in the US.
Like on that laughing gas.
I don't know.
Yo, when I had seen that, I was so surprised that was such a big thing up here.
I never did it. Never seemed like something that was interesting me like that.
I mean,
wait, what?
The laughing gas.
You mean you're talking about balloons?
Yeah.
Is that laughing gas?
It's not the same thing.
What the dentist used obviously a lot more potent.
Yeah, not the same thing, but I mean it is a form of gas that
causes you to laugh.
Whatever.
I can't. Is straight CO2?
I couldn't tell him. I could not tell him. I don't know.
See, moments like this, we need a white fella next to us.
I had no.
Mr. Whitey. Where are you, Mr. Whitey?
There are a lot of them walking outside.
That don't work. We need a full white man to answer some questions. I only know half the story now.
Hey, but for real, no. I had asked King this one, but you would ever sit down with like a racist and try to like have a conversation?
Already happened now.
With why he just think the way he think and shit like that? How did that go?
Now, like, you can't, like, there's certain people you can't change. Yeah, you can't change people.
No, but not, I mean, obviously you're trying to change them, but just trying to see, like, why they think, how they think, and, like, what experiences brought them to that conclusion.
It's usually the environment, you know. Like, some people, it's not even the environment, it's just they believe certain things, like.
And do you do you feel it's worth trying to have those conversations to see like where you coming from and possibly then to maybe try to change their opinion?
No, look, it's. I mean, never say never. But the thing is, with certain people, you know, like, yeah, this ain't going nowhere. So certain people just close minded, but other people, when they approach you and it's like, yo, I know this, and this, and they're searching for like. You're part of it, like you're part of the story. Those people are still open-minded about it, but certain people that they just come and say, no, this, and this is how it is. Like they already made up their mind. They're not thinking about it. They're not trying to have a conversation about it. They're just stating facts.
And those type of people. So like, I don't know if you're familiar with Tommy Lauren,
especially when they're old. That's
familiar with Tommy Lauren.
Yeah.
Would you have a conversation with her?
No.
Yeah, but I think
because she old enough, and
it's 20 something.
I mean, she in our
30.
age.
She like our age.
She our age, you know.
If not young, she's like 24.
If you're around our age and you still ain't know the truth, then it's too late now.
What's the truth though?
Nah, man, I don't agree with that.
But it's harder. It's easier for when it's a younger, more developed person than when it's someone old that already reached the peak.
Yeah, but we ain't that old either. I mean, if you were saying like 50s, 40s.
No, 50s, 40s, too late. Your brain.
Yeah, that's what you're saying is late. Yeah, that's when it's really like too late. But like, if you still in your late 20s, late 30s, you could still
opinion still change.
I mean, if you're in your late 20s and 30s, like you're a millennial, right? So you grew
30s or millennials.
I mean,
20s.
Nah, man. 30s is still a learning curve, man.
You went to school with a bunch of, like, most schools right now are diverse, but not just in color, but also in race. It's not like 20, 30 years ago when you're in school, you only had white people in your class. Now you go to school, you're going to at least have like 2 black, like Asians. You're going to have Jewish. It's going to be a
even in international school, yes.
Well, but I mean just in general.
Yeah, but how much do you call it diverse? Having one Asian kid and one black kid in your class.
Look, diverse is not just diverse in the sense of your skin tone. Is also like religiously.
No, but it's the culture, everything that comes with the culture as well. When it comes to food, religion,
let me say it like this. Most places, not all, because you have like the smaller populated areas. But when you're talking about
cities, is probably where you would find what you're talking about. Because like, I mean, in this country, you still got places where it's like, yo, you don't see black people because it's a smaller village. And
I mean, I could imagine.
But that's not the majority of the people. That's my whole argument. Because when you go to those smaller cities, that's with the smaller population and thing in the Netherlands. If you look at how the Netherlands is populated, even if you go all the way to Maastricht. There's a lot of people
in Amsterdam, the Rotterdam, the Den Haag, major cities. The major cities. Or the bigger cities. Yeah. Yeah, but there's still a decent amount of people in all of those other... Like
that don't see or have interaction with any kind of minority.
All the strange extra.
So it's like you can't... If somebody actually grow up like that, you can't necessarily...
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
give them wrong.
People that are still in that situation, they're the outliers. But the majority, when we're talking about the majority of students, they grow up in a multi-cultural environment.
Somewhat more mixed school.
Yes. Compared to their grandparents and their parents and stuff like that. And it's not going down, it's going up. And even the kids that are half-breeds, like me, that's a joke.
No, it's not.
No, I mean, but the way I presented it was a joke. Yeah, half-breed.
It's an offensive term to some.
Half-breed is offensive?
Yeah. Because we're all humans, Sean.
It's something that's typically used to refer to but it's something that's used to refer to animals. When you breed in dogs or breed in cattle.
But I mean, you can't be calling nobody female or male then. Because that's supposed to be supposedly a derogatory term as well.
Yeah,
I'm referring to them as an animal. How is that different?
Because that's female and male. That's 2 different things.
But when you say female and male, are you not referring to some kind of animal in general? Or some kind of object?
We're all animals.
Yes, but we like to think of humans as above species.
We breed in different type of humans, trying to make specific...
I mean,
strands of human beings.
We don't know what's going on in the labs these days.
Captain America type.
I've been watching some crazy documentaries.
No, but that's what I meant with it. But let's not get stuck in that topic. Look, the thing is, right? I even lost the train of thought now. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know you.
Give me a minute to think about what I wanted to say. But it was really important conclusion to this. No?
I had no idea where you was going with it. No.
Exactly. I was going somewhere that you did not know, but you interrupted me, and now you ain't helping me figuring it out.
I was just making
You're just laughing in the corner there right now. No?
I was just making an observation.
You was talking about racism.
Okay, you see?
Wait. Yeah. So even kids that are quote unquote half breeds, like when they go to like
the multicultural,
when they go to school and thing, like they still have a different perspective. And then when people go talk to them, but you're white, and then they're gonna say, no, but my father is black. It's like, oh, that always sparks a discussion.
Why? Because like, where you from?
Because people assume.
What kind of black are you?
No. People assume when they look at a person, just look at you and they say, no, you're that type of person. So when they look at, like, when someone looks at me, they assume of, like, what happened. This happened last week, right? So we went to the party to this party we went to last week. The name.
I was at a few.
No, Sean, I was only at one party with you last week now. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean. I mean
Paradiso.
Kana, sorry. Paradiso.
That was Paradiso. That was Venture Credentials.
So in Paradiso, I drank too much soda and I needed to go to the toilet to take a piss, right? So I taking a piss. I'm taking a piss. And then this man comes stand next to me, and this man, I was washing my hands when he sat next to me. I was washing my hands. I need to be specific because I got an asshole sitting next to me.
Yo, dog, your word choices.
Even the way he said that, I got an asshole next to me. Like, if he had to stop, that sounds like how it seemed. That's what he was going to do.
Yeah.
No, he was.
But okay. Anyway, so this man look at me, he's like, yo, man, the party dope, right? I was like, yeah, man, the party's dope. And he was like, yo, man, you from Africa? And I'm like, yeah, if you go far enough, yeah. And my ancestors, most likely, from Africa, half of them. It's like, oh, cool, man. No, but what do you mean, half? It's like, yeah, because it's a little complicated. Like, I got Indonesian families, my father's white, you know. There's a lot of question marks if you go deep into it. It was like, no, man, but you're from Africa, right? And that's when I walked away. So, there's always a certain type of discussion going on in that. And the man was drunk probably, so I ain't going to go into much detail.
Most probably.
But it always happens. Like when someone asks me like my background or something, and then it always sparks a discussion. It's like, oh, I didn't know that.
But that's the thing. Do you get offended when the people that ask you sometimes? Because some of the questions I just get is like pure ignorance.
Before you get that, I was gonna ask, how exactly is this relevant to what was that he originally asked about? Whether you would go into conversation with a racist person or not?
No, I mean,
like, how did we end up here?
I already answered that question, but then that question just rolled all the way down to him.
Yeah,
because I already said no. I said yes, and then you asked me a specific person, then I said no.
Yeah, and then we get into this. I was trying to figure what was your purpose for this whole monologue?
I mean, sometimes a monologue doesn't have a purpose, my friend. It's just a journey.
I just got lost.
You still gotta get accustomed
on this journey. I got lost.
God.
Like, I took a wrong left turn on this journey.
Man. I told you we were going to Texas. You turned left, went to Albuquerque.
Wow, man, you had a question there. You was gonna bring up something there. You lost the question.
Yeah, that. Okay, then. And we can't really play back video.
Moral of the story is don't let Woods talk too long.
You're starting to learn that a little bit more. You know?
Do you feel that racism will ever end? And how do you feel it will
I think
ever end?
Racism will not end. It will just keep evolving. Because when you have a group, there's always going to be
division.
Yeah, there's always gonna be division, sadly. And sometimes it doesn't happen willingly. Sometimes it happens unconsciously. I'm not trying to give a defense for all the racists out there. Don't think that. But I'm just saying sometimes even people that suffered from racism also sometimes bag on other minorities. Sadly, it's a human instinct, especially when it's about change or something. It when you go into the psychology, then it's a whole other topic. So
you ever watched The 100?
Yeah, but
I feel like that's a great example of
stop promoting that fuckery, Jack.
Yo, I don't understand what's your problem with the show.
Hey, hold on, it's a good movie. No?
I don't understand.
First of all, it's a show.
Wait.
It's a show.
The point I was just making basically is like in that show is not even necessarily racist, but just the fact that there was these people that came from the sky and there was those on the earth, and we became sky crew and grounders and stuff, and we identified, and those was like the tribes and how they identified themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it's just
that's how racism happens.
It's human instinct, man.
However people identify themselves is if there's an other, if there's a person that's unknown, we don't understand them, they're different from us and stuff like that.
But that's the whole thing. That's why while Woods was answering, I was kind of saying like, maybe I might disagree with her. The fact that, maybe I was more thinking on the line that, one day I believe everybody gonna be mixing, because like at one point everybody gonna just be fucking each other, and it's not going to be a real whole like everybody gonna be mixed at one point.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit longer.
I mean, it going to yeah, okay, cool. It's going to take a while, but then at the same time, it's like because everybody's so amped up about being individualistic and like original and stuff like that. Once you have that capability and that freedom of being different than somebody else, then you leave the door open to be discriminated against. Yeah. So you can't necessarily have one without having the other. You can't have that freedom and then not have the discrimination or the racism problem, or you can, at the same time, if you really want to take away the whole racism discrimination thing, that means everybody has to be the same. That means nobody has anything to discriminate against, and that means life going to be boring. That means there's going to be no separation between one person and the next.
Well, that was basically that's basically what it was.
Because that will never. I personally, that's impossible.
Exactly, but that's the whole point. That's why I come to the conclusion racism will never go away.
Yeah.
Like, differences will always exist, but will there always be the need to oppress people based on those differences?
Because you always have to feel at one point that you're better than somebody else. Like, unfortunately, what Woods was saying is correct. It's human nature. Is it possible that nature could be taken? I think it's human nature. I mean, competitive and ego is.
I understand. Like self-preservation. To me, self-preservation, I agree, is a natural human instinct. Anybody trying to live,
that's a different something. Yeah, that's like, different. I think I still think that's different.
But to me, that's a big part of where racism ties in. If you look into certain people's belief as to or why certain people think that racism happens, or at least why was the explanation for certain white supremacist groups in particular, at least. Part of the thing is like genetic survival. If you look on a worldwide scale and things like that, biologically, scientifically speaking, there are certain genes that's dominant, certain ones that's recessive and thing. I mean, when you have a white and a black person and he can come out looking like Woods, it usually don't happen. Like, there are people that look like Logic out there. I mean, I don't know if you mean the rapper does Logic. He's not my homie. I don't know this guy.
Every time you mention somebody, I say that just to see how you react. It's funny every single time.
Yeah, tell you what's annoying now. You can see Woods was the only child. You can see Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's basically for genetic survival. If white people were to mix with black people, the child becomes black. According to like the one drop rule and the rule that a lot of people in society seem to apply is like once you mix with black, you can't necessarily identify as white. You could either be biracial. You could either be biracial or you could be black, but you can't be white. That seems to be the one thing. Like,
but is that because it's more socially acceptable and popular to want to claim the black culture than the white culture?
No. I just said, the one drop rule. Like, these things was laws. Like, the same ideology just trickled over into culture, and we can have the same ideology, but I mean, it's like, that's where certain things come from.
Because that's a good question. Because why
it was about white purity and stuff like that. The fact that you have 1/8 of Negro blood or whatever, you've been tainted kind of thing. You're not pure anymore. You're pure white.
That's true.
And those type of ideology just trickle over into other areas.
But even now, if we look at like the culture is now, okay, cool. That's maybe where it stemmed from. But like even if you look at the culture now, any mixed person. Okay, at least from what I see in my experiences, any mixed person would quicker cling to the minority side of their mixture, I guess if you want to call it, than the more Caucasian side. Or you think that's legit because of a culture or something? Because if you look at like what you say, based off the stem from it, based on where it originated, would that not mean that like most people would want to claim like the Caucasian side? It's like, why do you think that is?
I think it depends on how the person...
Or if I see it different, because maybe I see it differently. To me, I just see more people claiming the black side.
I think they might want to, but society chooses for them.
Yeah.
Like, kind of comes back down to the same thing that I was just saying, because like Meghan Markle, when she married Prince Harry or whoever she was marrying, every headline is Prince Harry or whoever it was marries a black girl and stuff. And it's like, really, they found like the most... ambiguous, like racially ambiguous looking person to be like, is she really black? And they couldn't stop telling her about how black she is. But she's biracial, she's equally white as black, but they label her as black.
But that's because she is the blackest thing they ever had to deal with.
She just as much white though. Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but no, it's not a fact of what she is. It's a fact of what they're accustomed to.
But this is what they call her. This is what I mean with society chooses. She didn't choose. She probably identifies as biracial or whatever.
But what is it to identify as biracial then?
Honesty, fact. If you're both white and black,
no, but what is
bi?
No, but what? Biracial. So I mean, you don't fall on the spectrum then.
Yeah, you fall on
biracial. You're white
biracial.
and black. To me, it's just that's the accurate
But
way
I mean-
people should identify
I mean
if they're white and black.
But I mean, biracial is like it's not just white or black. It's also
Yeah, or whatever
age,
combination
like,
of
yeah,
mixes
Yeah,
you are.
whatever.
Like,
Yeah, whatever combination.
of races, two races that you are biracial.
But that's the whole thing. So why
mixed race, whatever.
But that goes back to my question: why everybody does always claim the black part, the quote unquote black
Even
part?
if like
look, it's not just claim the black part, right?
before
Look,
you answer that, I think we should go and break. I feel like the footage is gonna cut out. So
But yeah.
we're nearing the half
Yeah,
an hour
yeah,
mark. So we're gonna come back and answer that
so
question.
we'll be right back.
yes, with the answer.
So why that was necessary?
Because
Like,
I wanted to. I
Okay.
couldn't hold it in.
All right, and we're back to the LinkUp podcast with the host that you already know, so I'm not going to introduce us once more. But anyway, where we left off, Woods was just about to answer the question on biracialness and whether or not, or why is it that they choose to identify with the minority side? Why is it that most of the time, if somebody is biracial,
or at least that's
That
how
was the
I
question
see
I
it.
asked
That's
him,
how
basically.
that's how I had see it.
The thing is, from what I'm assuming, because I never really thought about it, it's just where was the environment that this kid grew up in? So if this biracial kid grew up in a more
white environment,
white
Or
environment, he would probably lean more towards that group. If the kid grew up in a more black environment, he'll probably lean towards that group. Again, it's all about your upbringing. So there's some people that might not even be like it's not even that some people would still consider themselves as bi, but when you look at like
biracial.
biracial, yeah,
Continue.
yeah.
We know what you mean.
yeah, it just depends on where they feel more close to home. You know, they would still identify as bi, but everything stems from
Environment,
your
upbringing.
environment, and your upbringing.
I understand what you're saying, but I would disagree on certain points because I would think kind of do like J. Cole. Like, to me, J. Cole was raised with his white mother. J. Cole, his father was absent from his life, according to my recollection. But when you look at J. Cole, there's no chance of identifying as black. I mean, as white.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still talking about, he was raised by his white mother, but what was his living situation like? Who was his
Living
friends?
with his white mother.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
no, no,
around.
I don't know.
No,
True,
I'm not
true.
just talking about like your mother and your father.
Okay,
I'm talking about your friends. I'm talking
okay.
about the hood, like who you're hanging around with. It's just your environment where you're
And
growing up in. That's what I'm talking about.
My question then would be, why do you think he more than likely hung out with black people and stuff like that?
Because
From a young age, like
No,
maybe
but,
that-
but I'm
maybe-
talking about like it might just be look.
kids,
Maybe that was his neighborhood.
kids ask certain questions from young. Just like, why, mommy, why you don't look like me? Simple things like that. Or why you look a different color? And like, there's been many parents faced with these type of questions. If it's like, or even if it's not necessarily biracial,
And parents need to stop
when it's
lying
just
to
a
the
light
child.
skin,
Yeah.
dark skin situation. If like,
they need to stop lying to the
Look,
child.
the thing is, it
can my
could be.
father darker than like your color, probably maybe a little darker and thing, but
my father
mother
about,
lighter.
My
So it's
father
like,
about Woods color, and me and your mother, my mother and your mother's about the same
yeah, and
color. And I come out lighter than you, so
Yeah, but it's DNA.
I just feel like from a young age, basically, like when those simple type of questions is being asked, it could easily be like just as simple as being in the classes in the primary school or the kindergarten or whatever. Is like they look like me, those kids look like me and things like that. Just as simple as that could be why he not see go to hang out with those people or me, like.
Yeah, but it could also be like we assuming things. So I don't really know J. Cole's life.
Speculating.
Yeah, but my speculation would like something you could also argue is that this man love rap. We could assume, like, and when you're in that genre, you also tend to lean like it just depends on what you like. There's a lot of factors that fall into this.
yeah, I
category.
can think it might have to be a person or
Like
something.
yeah,
because-
it just depends on the person, like where this person grew up, what his interests are. Like
because I thinking about it, and I thinking of my own specific situation, and I have examples that would both back up and disprove Wood's argument. Because like at one point, I had grew up around white people in a white environment, private school, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, that didn't necessarily mold me either. I still ended up going towards the black side.
What is your when you're home?
Living in the hood?
When you
not the hood for sure.
but
I mean, it's my hood, but
when you're in your hood, how does it look like?
A bunch of people like me.
By
like me, but I mean black people.
But people darker than me.
But there's a
but
bunch of situations.
I never really started chilling with people outside it, like in the neighborhood selves until maybe like preteen.
And like and in my situation,
so I still grow up with like Caucasians.
In my situations, pretty much surrounded by Latin/Caucasians.
Yeah, but you and Latin is a difference. If you was mixed,
am I Latin? I did not know that.
No, I said you're not Latin.
Oh.
So as I say, there is a difference because you're growing up around a culture that's not necessarily yours. If you was half Latin, then that would have been an influential something.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it doesn't it depends on the way you're growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine myself growing up in Guyana, to be quite honest.
Until you grew up in Guyana, and then,
I mean, I mean,
how I feel about anywhere. Like I look at this country and I can't imagine growing up in Holland. Like compared to St. Martin, for all that it might have in terms of, I don't know, like opportunity, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine a childhood in this country, dog. Like I wouldn't change my childhood the way it was.
A lot of feet in. I mean, we was biking. Nah, man, that ain't true, man. We was biking a lot in Epo too.
Like they don't have rocks in this country, dog.
But that's the big even worse. I mean, our legs supposed to be stronger because we was always doing some unnecessary crap we wasn't supposed to be doing.
Doesn't make it you stronger. Just makes it dangerous, sir. It's a big difference. I never bike in Aruba. No, that's just playing with your life. You're rolling dice right there. No.
I mean, when you're biking St. Martin, usually you don't leave your district.
Oh, so you're biking in the hood? Then?
Yeah, you're biking like in the neighborhood. Anybody
so why
that
just saying that your legs will be strong if you're biking in the hood, Sean?
Why? Because we're doing dumb shit.
Yeah, but that don't mean you're gonna get strength in your legs. You doing dumb shit with dumbbells doesn't automatically mean I'm gonna be stronger than people that doing good shit with dumbbells.
Yeah, but you're gonna get stronger at doing your dumb shit though.
King, you working in the gym. What he just said doesn't make any sense.
You going, regardless of what you're doing, once you're adding weight to it that you don't necessarily, that's not body weight, you're going to get stronger in whatever it is, whatever fuckery you do it.
King, when I'm not in the gym, what does this man do in the gym?
What do you mean?
The same shit to be doing.
No, curious. No.
The man does be working on exercising like why everybody else in the gym.
I don't know.
So he ain't doing dumb shit, right?
I don't know what he was trying to go with that statement.
He ain't doing dumb shit, right? That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Listen, so but the point that the homie is trying to make is this. No matter what you do, if you keep doing it, you can improve at it. If you're doing dumb shit, if you keep doing dumb shit, you can start being better at dumb shit.
Yeah, but does that mean you're gonna be better than the people that doing the right shit?
Yeah.
No, but they're doing something else. They're not doing dumb shit. But they're not doing. They come in a different sport.
So from time they start doing dumb shit, you better at them.
So that means
you thinking strictly training. You thinking strictly that you dumb shit is referring to the way you exercising. No, you talking about dumb shit as in dumb shit. If dumb shit is think about dumb shit like a subject in school. If dumb shit was a subject in school and you continually doing dumb shit, you improve at it. Think of singing. It's singing.
Okay. I get you.
You keep singing, you get better.
That's why you're a communication student.
Dumb shit.
Just making it clear for the people to understand.
Bye.
We used to do a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I was avoiding other dumb shit in my life.
Okay, so I think it's time we touch one of the topics for today. I mean, we 40 minutes in and we ain't touching that.
Welcome back to the regular schedule of the podcast.
This is another episode. Wait, we got our 40 minutes for you?
I mean, we already passed the break. And that's 30.
Oh, so, shit, yeah.
Yeah, and we're almost 10 minutes into the second one. So it's like... Okay, I got a question. What do y'all think about Jeezy retiring?
Careless.
Mr. Kana strikes again.
To be quite honest.
Okay, obviously you wasn't a fan of Jeezy's music.
I mean, I was. I mean, okay. Let me rephrase that. Let me be specific. I was around people that was influenced by his music, so I ended up hearing it, and I think
certain songs.
Yeah, one of them kind of ones. And to say like, I gonna download this man next album as soon as they come out.
He wasn't one of your favorite artists.
But you like White Girl, didn't you?
Yeah, it was alright.
No, no. Christina
I had more. I ain't Bob though. I ain't Bob though.
The
remix was amazing.
No, I more like Jeezy, like older T-Tracks.
My president is black.
Yeah, one of them ones.
I need a
Cool.
vacation.
But for me, but again, everybody know I ain't really a music person, so my opinion might not have as much weight on this specific topic.
You know, the thing is, I believe it when I don't see it. So if I don't see...
If you don't hear no music. I understand.
But
because, I mean, how many times has Jay-Z retired and countless other people in the rap game?
It's good marketing. People can buy a last album, then you have another last album, they can buy that
but
too.
Ain't good marketing, they did. Because that was when everything was skyrocketed. I mean, Tupac didn't make us half as much money when he was alive. Biggie, you know,
a decent amount
depends.
of money.
Not like what he making. What he making now.
Decent amount.
Or what his family making now.
I can't speak to how much he making now. I mean, how much streams and stuff been generating after his death.
Look at Prince.
It's been a long time after his death.
Okay, look at Prince and Michael then.
No, I think Michael made more money when he was.
Listen, I know exactly what point you're making, and I know exactly what point you're making. I mean, whenever people die, there's definitely like, okay, now it's automatically a legend and stuff like that. People who was clowning them all the time while he was alive, now they dead.
Now you see Stephen Hawking quotes everywhere.
I mean,
Stephen Hawking's quotes was there before he passed away, but you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, but no, but now everybody they mother feel like there's a mathematician and stuff like that. So
there was no comedian that couldn't make jokes about Michael Jackson. He was in every comedian stand up. I mean, who was picking out kids? Like, I forget which comedian it was. Was it Cat Williams?
That sounded like a Cat Williams.
Michael walk around in some foreign country where you could just pick children out like flowers and things. Like, I mean, and then he died, and okay, he's the legend, he's the greatest king of pop. He was king of pop before then.
And then they still went to that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just...
Man has a problem.
Once people die, the way the perception changed, like, okay, obviously now they're legendary and this was great and stuff.
That was my whole shit.
But that doesn't mean they're making more money, though. Like, Michael Jackson, his peak...
Yeah, that's the thing. That was the one point where I was
maybe
he might be making more money, like, through the end of his life and when he passed away, but in his peak, he did.
Yeah, but Michael's a different. Maybe Michael was a bad example.
Prince too. Prince and Mike, yeah, Prince in his peak. Yeah, but we just weren't in that. We weren't. No, but I mean, music. That's the thing. So
Quincy Jones was 50 when he produced Thriller.
Yeah, I heard so. I heard from like the documentary.
I recently just heard that, and I was like, that's an interesting random fact. Like
my old that's
but
age don't.
If you think about it, like you doubting yourself maybe along the way, thinking you never do nothing that great, and then like
and then 50
one Thriller hit like.
But if you look,
you need the good track with the right person.
Yeah, but
that's the thing. The combination is just
how many people stay making music
but
for that long
to
get to that point where it's like to come across that Michael to have that Thriller moment.
Talent is one thing.
Thriller, not destroyed, but supersede all of his other like. Maybe no one would think that Thriller would be that big until it happened, you know. And maybe had other tracks that also hit big, but not to the level of Thriller.
Yeah, but it just takes one. You just need one.
No, according to me, Thriller is the best-selling album ever. According to me, still today, like there's none that sold more than Thriller.
Nothing can sell more than Thriller, and now it's even worse because
with streamings and stuff like. I remember when they had changed the when they changed to include streaming, it had yet another set of platinum, maybe it's like 50 times platinum or diamond by now or something like that. It's a ridiculous amount that the album has sold. But
Thriller.
Yeah, because Michael Jackson was cheating.
This like cheating. Michael Jackson was a legit part of the culture. Like he wasn't just an artist. He's I mean as you could say what you want, trip on him as you want. He's
Thriller was the first music video that had a fucking story in it. You know how big that just a
music was true. Yeah. It was maybe not the first exact one, but it's one of the ones
made like that with that production. Yeah, dog. Look it up.
I remember
it was the first that like legit with a storyline.
I don't know if I remember hearing that as well.
It was like released like a premiere.
I just feel like music videos been happening for a while. And
but like now with a storyline.
Look at how old Thriller is. Thriller is not a new song. Like
I understand. I'm just thinking.
I watched the documentary you watched too. They said it. You weren't paying attention. Look again.
Okay. I don't even know what documentary you're talking about.
The story
Because
about Michael Jackson's story.
I heard the thing about Quincy Jones on the Joe Budden podcast. They mentioned that recently, talking about Quincy Jones. And I was like, yeah.
They must have seen the same documentary.
Okay, true that.
No, but it's a good documentary. You know? It talks about this whole life, going from the Jackson 5s all the way to the first moonwalk. Like, Michael Jackson's whole story is just
unique.
It's unique, and a bunch of
rape.
Wow.
No.
Well, where did that come in, Kana?
You were waiting on that for a while. No?
Am I wrong though?
The man was proven innocent.
No, I not say he was raping. Michael Jackson was sexually abused by his father when he was smaller too.
I mean, he was abused.
Okay, let me not say rape. Baby rape is a bit.
Yeah, he was abused.
Yeah,
He was beat
is a
Most people, most of our parents and grandparents were beat to accountants and stuff like that. This man got beat all the way to the king of partner. There's no child in the 80s and 70s that did not get beat.
I don't know why I thought
I didn't even get lit.
Got beat to accountants. That was funny. Like, I don't know, like, how they laugh, but
I mean, it's true, yeah, but
it was this part of the time, though. Yeah, beat some talent into your kids.
Yeah, but
that was the time.
Beating your children and like abusing your children is completely different. Something. Answer.
How do we feel about when it comes to our kids? I don't remember if we touched it already. When it comes to beating in particular. I think me and you had talked about it, Kana, but I don't remember if Woods was present for this conversation.
I wasn't.
So let me start with you, Woods. Do you believe in beating your children or physical discipline? And
I mean, I never got beat. My parents,
which explains a lot.
So, yeah, I was a good kid. I never got beat. I only got like punishments, and
you got grounded and shit.
Yeah, but I understood. Like the thing is, it all depends on. I think it really depends on the kid.
I laugh at me too, though,
because I was always someone like I knew when I did something wrong, I would like try to defend myself. But if I was wrong, I was wrong. I would never keep at it and be doing bad things. If I do something wrong, I would just take my dues, go back up, come back down later, ask if I'm hungry. If I ain't getting food, I go back up. Like I was a good kid. I wouldn't say I was the most like saint kid alive, but I wasn't a problem child. So my situation was different. I think it really depends on the kid, and for me, I because I was treated that way, I would hope that I would have the same knowledge and perspective to be able to handle my kid without having the need to beat them. Like you can't beat your co-worker if you're doing something wrong.
I wish.
Yeah,
I wish.
But that's the analogy. You have to, especially if you're a manager, you have to find like you can't fire. Like just think about your kid as an employee. You cannot fire, so you have to work with that kid.
No, but then that's not my kid. Beat your ass in the storeroom.
But yeah, I
feel like it's a little different with that analogy. Cause I need you.
I feel you on that.
That's why parents feel like this ownership over this person. This is like, this is mine.
Yeah.
My skin, my flesh and blood. Like,
but yeah, coming from my perspective, I never beat. I never got beat, so I won't be able to hit my kid. I can't remember when I said a couple of podcasts, so I never hit a person before in my life. So for me to be able to hit my own child,
I kind of expected an answer along those lines, but you need to ask to be certain. Cause like my situation ain't much different. I mean, I was always disciplined with what do you like? That is going to be taken away. You like watching TV, you like being on the computer, Game Boy, whatever it is, that will be taken away. Those was most of my punishment type of things.
I needed licks.
No internet.
I ain't even gonna lie. I needed licks. So that's why I have a feeling.
I think I get licks like once when I was like super duper young. No, my mother never really hit me like that.
My mother gave up at one point. I was doing dumb shit. Like I had a PhD in doing dumb shit. So like I really like.
Now we know.
I pushed the limits, and on top of that, I was the youngest one. Oh God.
Speaking of brutality,
finish him.
Y'all saw that case with a dude who got shot 20 times by 2 police officers.
Yeah. 10 bullets each.
What?
It was 2 police officers. They both fired 10 rounds. Each dude was unarmed. Dude had an iPhone in his hand. That was what he had. That was mistaken for
the
a
iPhone
gun. And the thing
was
is,
a crowbar, and then the crowbar became a gun, and then the gun became a phone.
the thing is, the situation was there was a 911 call from some dude who sounded like a hillbilly guy. I don't know, but kind of like I heard the 911 call and stuff, and he said somebody broke his car windshield or whatever, his car window.
Somebody breaking car windows, plural.
Okay,
not
so
just
like
his,
it
but
was
like multiple cars.
Yeah. Okay.
And he assumed with some kind of tool or whatever and stuff. He said it was some kind of tool or whatever, a crowbar or something along. He said a tool in any case. And they had some footage from the helicopter camera and stuff when the helicopters was in the air and they got to the area and stuff to kind of see, okay, what's the situation? And from that, it was at nighttime, so they had the thermal vision type of thing on. You can't see what he has in it. You're just seeing a white silhouette to see that somebody is there and somebody is moving. So I get why they could have said, okay, it went from, they couldn't necessarily identify what was in his hand or what was the situation and stuff like that. But apparently he was also supposedly by, their stories are reports that it was a mistaken identity thing. That this dude
that makes it even worse.
Like there was somebody who was breaking the windows and thing. He made the call, reported the suspect or whatever, and then when he got the scene, the people that the cops showed up and dealt with was the wrong person, not necessarily the person who was breaking windows. Somebody who was coming out of his grandma's his grandmother's yard and stuff, and he was just passing by, and that's when the cops thing, and it was just like they
just shoot him.
Yeah, they was like, yo, put your hands. They said something to him. I don't know what it was they said to him, and then he turned around. They said he was approaching them with what looked like to be a gun, so they just opened fire.
And they have this on video? They're like,
yeah, they have body cams.
Yeah, they release a lot of the release that they had the helicopter footage, the 911 call, and the body cam footage of when they like letting loose 20 shots on this dude. Like,
but then the fucked up part of the story is, I seen it.
I saw the video. Part of it was kind of blurred. Like when they like letting out the shots, they kind of covered the dude's body. So
did it look like he was really approaching him? Like objectively, no, serious.
Sean, you a black man, right? You see 2 white fellas in cop clothing putting a gun on you. You think you gonna approach them? The man was legit. Like at that point, you're like,
yo, they got some ignorant black people now.
No, man.
From how the situation was, honestly,
that's why I asking about the video.
He have done anything. He did nothing wrong.
Is in any kid like him, I thought possibly he trying to record, like. He was getting chased or whatever because he was aware that he was being chased and he stopped. They told him to stop or whatever. Then is when he was turning around or something, and then is when he had the phone in hand. They shoot. To me, my thing is maybe okay. He was recording because he know that okay, it was the police. He trying to make sure that don't kill
evidence.
Me. Yeah. I think maybe he borrowed his phone to record and they mistake that as a gun and shoot. I think that's what happened. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Here's the fucked up part of the story. I was waiting to get to it so that we talk about it a bit further. So after they shot this man 20 times, they look at him. They don't call paramedics. And what's
one
even
of them
worse,
started doing CPR or something like that. One of the
like
officers,
5-6 minutes afterwards, like when this man was bleeding out,
and then they turn off the mic.
They handcuffed him.
Yeah,
they still handcuffed him. The dead man.
After putting 20 shots in him, they was handcuffing him while one was trying to do CPR.
So I don't want to even like it. At this point, it's not even a question of like if these people don't get fired, dog. Then it's just another reason for me not to go to the States. That's all I'm trying to say.
20 shots.
As a black man, I can't go to the States.
And there was still a lot of people who were saying, well, you don't know what happened because it was dark. And when you look at the video, you can see like, wherever the flashlight isn't shining, it just looks pitch black on the camera and stuff like that. Okay. So I get, it was legitimately dark and stuff. And you can't see, but my thing is like, even if you break a window, how does that equal death sentence?
Yeah. And
that has be the thing. Even if he was guilty, even if it was him and he was running and you break the windows and things.
No, but why?
The thing is, the culture they have there is shoot first. And then ask questions.
Regardless of that, that's wrong. But why I was asking that question is because Is there?
I don't think so, though. I feel like it's understandable given the circumstances, given the fact that this is the America we're talking about, and you never know. I feel like that's why cops so trigger happy.
But you see, but that's why I wasn't so that's much why guns, I tell you be objective about it. Like, is it possible? Is it possible that the cops could have been right?
No, but no. The thing is
based on a video. When I mean right, I mean could it have been misconstrued?
When you're a cop, I don't care. Look, you're a cop in the States. I don't care if you're a cop in fucking Afghanistan. I don't care. You're a cop. You chose that fucking job, and you're serving the people. You're not. Like, it's the same thing like with a fireman. The fireman's not going. The fireman has to go in the fire building because that's his duty to save people in that house from the fire. You're not going to. He's not going to be out there. Yeah, like I would save the person, but there's a fire there. Yeah, there's a fire there. You're a fireman. You got to go in that house. You're a cop. You don't kill people. You're a servant to the people. You serve people. You make order. You don't cause chaos. That's a cop's job. The man did not have a gun, so they're wrong immediately. You have to confirm that it's a gun, and then you act. You don't act and then confirm. That's not a cop's job.
I don't know if that's necessarily police procedure to be like, okay, confirm it's a gun.
Sorry for heating up on this.
I think it is, though.
I know if there's a reasonable fear for life and this and that, cause that's the term that they always train around anytime.
That's not a cop's protocol. That's not a cop protocol. That's what they say.
I understand.
But cops, like if you look at this
okay, so now let's go into real life. You turn around, you got a gun. I must wait on you to shoot me before I shoot you.
If I have but that's the thing. When you're taking this job, right? You have to make sure, like here in Europe, when you shoot a bullet, you have to explain why there's one bullet missing in your cartridge. You cannot just come with one bullet missing, and then that's gonna be a whole problem. That's just enough itself.
And we got body cam footage to show, like, yo, it looked like he was running, and all the other cops that was there on the scene going to agree, like, yo, he was approaching me because we know the cops gonna back up each other. Yeah, and it's just a your word versus my word situation. Yeah, there's the footage type of thing, and people could review that, but we seen many times there's been footage came out, and still people trying to dispute and be like, no, he didn't choke Eric Garner out or whatnot and stuff. He deserved it. He was roughly, he was struggling, he was this and that. It's like,
yeah, but then again, those are people trying to muddy the waters. Those people know exactly what they're doing. They're not playing ignorant. They're just racist. Those people, they know exactly why they're saying those specific words.
I don't know, but because it's thing.
People, and if you see the video of the man,
is there any way
to that for selling illegal cigarettes now?
Not even illegal, loose cigarettes. But is there any way? Yeah. Is there any way he could have avoided that situation? Is my question.
No, he could not. He could not.
Is there any way?
I'm sure if
he turned around and was instantly laying down on the floor, maybe
they would have thought he was reaching for something at the ground and they would have still shot him. You know, the thing is, when you're
that's sad, but without doubt.
When you're a cop, it's night. It's not you. They didn't call and say someone was shooting. They didn't call. There was like a gunfight or something. They called there's a man breaking windows. It could have been someone.
The man could have tasers.
It could have been someone on cocaine breaking windows randomly. You know, you don't know what the situation is. It could have been a mentally ill person just walking around throwing rocks. But these men, them already had their guns pulled out before they even knew what the situation was about.
And that's another side.
They already act up to shoot. That's the thing.
Why they got more like target practice training? As in, like, why
that's the only training that does get.
They have too much target practice training.
That's the only,
so why these men always going to shoot the chest first? Like, why not the leg?
That's where they train to shoot, because the chest is the largest center of mass. If I train to not miss my target, you want me to shoot your leg? You running, you moving. A leg skinny. But if I'm we train to hit a target. This ain't a movie, dog. We just being real. The shooting in the leg, that's some movie shit. Where we have time, we perfect snipers and every bullet
but
hit.
It's not a movie shit. They used to tell me in that situation where the target is standing still. According to how are you describing the video? At one point,
and it's dark and all of these things. I'm telling you, we shooting at center mass, the center of the body, which is a torso, which is a chest shot. That's why they shoot at the chest
20 times.
Yeah, and all like you mean to shoot if they try to shoot at the man.
Some of what they're doing just makes sense.
No, but that's the thing. If you gonna put 20, okay, it was 20 shots total.
I don't know if the 20 make.
I mean, it was pretty close. You ain't gonna miss those shots. No,
no, but that's the whole thing. If you're going to shoot 10 times, you can't tell me what the other target practices have. They can't hit the legs.
No, but Sean,
out of 10 shots, one ain't gonna catch your leg.
Look at it from this perspective, right? They just emptied the whole clip.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, they were already going there with the intention of shoot.
Yeah.
Footage might cut out soon, just so you know. Cause I mean, we go over just to wrap up this topic and
Welcome
stuff.
to the bonus hour again, my friends.
We're not doing this hour thing. You need to stop this hour talk. It's 59 minutes now, so the footage is gonna cut out.
The hour is just a metaphor, my friend.
Just go over a little bit. I know we said we was just gonna go a little bit over the last one, and it ended up being a half an hour and stuff. I was looking at it yesterday, like where the footage cut off and how much longer we continue talking. It was like,
yeah, but
trying to do that today.
That was a guest, man. You know,
it was a mini bonus hour, whatever that means.
And it was episode 30, so you know we could have gone in the extra.
To start wrapping up, I really think these cops were just amped up, and because of the way they trained. Look, cops in the States are not trained to help the community. They're trained like the community is a war zone. So they already have that mentality in their heads.
That was like part of what we're saying with the fact that this is America, where it's like it's night. It's
you can't
dark,
really blame them either.
He don't know what homie got. He don't know the situation and thing. Where it's like, yo, this America. He could easily have a gun because we the amount of guns we have in this country. You never know who got one from who doesn't.
I understand
which
that,
is
but
why they
also
have extra edge. And then there's this extra assumption of guilt and danger.
It's a fucked up situation.
But you can't blame them.
No, but you're a cop in the States. Like, if you don't want to be a cop in the States, then don't be one.
Yeah, but they're there to serve and protect a certain community. Think about the inception of the police force, from when it started, from the sheriff department, all these things. They were slave catchers, and still the job ain't changed much. They're there to serve and protect a specific segment of the community, and they do that job excellently.
Yeah, I understand. No, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. But what I'm saying is
extra perception. There's this extra level of perceived danger and guilt when you see a black person at night. I don't know what he's up to, because with Dylan Roof and all of these people, we can manage to apprehend them, put them in handcuffs, take them into the car, get them Burger King and all kind of nonsense and thing to make sure you're safe.
White people kill white people and black people kill white people. Black people kill mostly black people, which is a fucked up fact.
So what you thought about that Houston bombing situation? Speaking of white people killing black people.
Wow.
That's a nice segue. Fucked up. It's a fucked up segment, but it's a good segue.
It's terrible, but it's honest.
Speaking of white people killing black people,
boy,
that was at first they you know what's funny?
The situation you could inform Kana before you give your opinion.
So there was this terrorist, we can call it what it is, making bombs and distributing those bombs across Texas. In Houston, Texas,
package bombs, basically, just
package
dropping
bombs.
shit.
Also, tripwire bombs is like, this man was making bombs. This man was raining bombs.
There was over a period of like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or something like that. There was like the first one, and people was investigating this situation. There was a Mason. I don't think that was the people's last name. I'm not sure. Mason family, something Mason, like it was the last name. But there was one person that was a pastor or something, and like. There was a couple people with the same last name and stuff that was attacked, so they was trying to figure like whether this was a hate crime, what was the situation, because it was just one, and they find another one that was like basically the same type of scenario where this one exploded, and then there was a third person or whatever that was a Latino person, so then they're starting to think, okay, this seemed like a little different than the other two suspects, so maybe it's not necessarily a hate crime thing like that. So it was just like...
The problem with the last one was that the idiot... thankfully was a bomb-making idiot. He mailed the last one on FedEx. So they figured out who it was.
I don't remember what it was they caught him, but they caught him and I can't mean he blew up himself.
Yeah, he blew up himself in the car,
And I just was like, this is so convenient.
And he was white?
Yeah. And then
white 20-something.
when you look at the news, they're like, he was a confused individual. He's a
The
terrorist.
same story. This is the same story. He was.
He's a bona fide terrorist.
He was alone. He was bullied. He was picked on. You know, the type of child.
If it was a black or Muslim, if it was a Muslim, he was in gangs.
No.
Black people don't get bullied and black people don't get picked on.
No,
and
black people just bad.
Yeah.
You know,
they're in gangs. They're killing people.
We just born bad and corrupt and devils.
They Bloods and Crips.
We the coolest monkey in the jungle. Them kind of ones.
Shout out to H&M. Fuck y'all racist assholes.
But I see the stock drop drastically in the last couple like.
Hey, I ain't bought since that day. I even burned my H&M.
Okay, I know. I sorry, I find that type of things is stupid. If I spend my money on stuff, I'm not going to burn it.
I'm not necessarily going to go back.
It's already been purchased.
I ain't going to go back.
To be fair, in my point, I only had one briefs and I hated them, so I burned them anyway.
Okay, well, I ain't even going to lie.
I was never shopping in H&M.
I have lots of H&M stuff. Like
I have a couple shots.
Most of the white.
You have no shame.
Listen, all of them was bought before that. Because I stopped shopping after that. I made up my mind. I would I got briefs, white shirts, black shirts, socks. I got all kind of things from H&M. It just since that happened, I was like, no. Oh well, y'all got too much of my money.
Yeah, I feel.
But that was like taking Tidal. Like I have no okay. Tidal is a different company. It's not doing.
You don't need to protest Tidal for the.
But but I like
Tidal for the
no.
reason.
But there's Tidal don't need my money. Like there's no reason. Like Jeezy, no. Like it's cool. Like it's not necessary.
Spotify needs your money.
No, they don't.
No. Spotify definitely.
They definitely don't.
If you giving your money to one of them, give it to Tidal.
That's why I do none of them.
If it was a startup company from a black man
Tidal
that had no money,
none.
Then it wouldn't be in sport. Then we wouldn't be talking about it because I'm sure there's multiple of those out there. We just don't know about it because they don't got no money to promote it and make us know about it.
We gotta look it up. We gotta promote that.
You know what they got to make? A soca streaming service.
Why? All they just gotta do is like. You talking about things that I want to do.
I support that.
The thing is, I would support that, but you would want that platform to also promote other stuff to get people hooked in and then to listen to soca. Because if you just keep it to soca,
that would not be successful. It would not work. It will fail. The amount of people that it will fail. I'm telling you, it will fail. The amount,
or it needs to have the
amount of people that are knowing about it, like. What will set it apart from every other streaming service? Just the fact that it has soca on it? Like, really?
You could get soca on any
wait,
other
you're telling me the
platform.
I have the most limited selection of music possible, and this is what's going to convince me to choose it. Okay, then.
And you want me to pay?
Part of the reason people don't use Tidal versus Spotify is because Spotify has more of an extensive catalog than Tidal does. Tidal may have more rap and Afro and still soca and dancehall in it. They have more black people music, in my opinion. I've heard so from other Tidal users and stuff. They have some. Spotify has a very little amount of dancehall and stuff like that as well. You're not going to find a whole lot and deep discographies of every type of rhythm and every song like that.
No, but I mean,
like commercial releases usually it's those type of things. Mixtapes don't always like, and even that doesn't necessarily always necessarily true. Cause depend on the artist. Some things that are kind of like mixtapes you see on a Spotify or Tidal sometimes, but
Black Chinese on Spotify.
I never look for Black Chinese. I never was looking for him.
Yeah.
Well, then Spotify a bit legit. If you got Black Chinese as like a dancehall thing,
it depends on the label first of all, because Spotify is very draconian when it comes to that. So it's
all about licensing. When it comes to the streaming services, making them a success is all about licensing. Who is doing the contacting of the labels to collect their libraries out of music publishing companies that own the rights to all the music and stuff like that. Because sometimes the artists might not have it or the labels might not have it. The music publishing companies got them. So you got to contact all these people and make some deals to get their catalogs and stuff like that. And that's where Tidal losing out to Spotify, in my opinion. Spotify been out earlier. They had more time to establish these connections to get the catalogs of music and stuff like that. And Tidal still got to catch up to get as much music as Spotify has. And to me, their unique selling points ain't unique enough to really cause that much of a leap of people to leave from Spotify to go to Tidal. Because if you got one, you're not going to go to the other. It's just like they both do the same thing. I'm not having two of them.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like either Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify.
Having Netflix and like a Showtime account. Usually people don't. That is.
I didn't know Showtime had an account.
I know HBO Go, there's Hulu,
sorry,
there's
not Showtime,
Amazon.
HBO.
Amazon Prime.
Yo, to me, they're the same shit.
Showtime probably have one now as well. It wouldn't surprise me if they have their own online service or the app or whatever and thing like that.
After years
for
of
access to the shows.
After years of being underground. No, but, you know, I think we're approaching that time. But before we say arrivederci, I have one thing I want to end this discussion with. It's a public service announcement.
Okay.
People, I ain't gonna say this no more. Delete your Facebook account now.
I don't agree with that.
They're hacking your brain now. They're making you feel certain ways.
I don't agree with that.
And making you do certain things.
I don't agree with
that.
Especially.
You sound like DJ Khaled. Who's there?
Yeah, who's there?
Yeah, who's there? So this is why you gotta follow the news now, Sean. So in this election, a bunch of elections, to be honest, going from Brexit.
So wait, you don't stop using Google?
No.
Oh.
Let me explain what happened, and then we can continue. So, if you've been looking at a bunch of elections that's been going around in Europe and in the States, there's something very interesting.
What the name of it? The company, something Britannica? I forget.
I had a name, but now that you're saying that,
is that what you're talking about?
Cambridge Analytica.
Yes, that's what it was.
So Cambridge Analytica stole millions and millions of personal details off of Facebook because a couple of friends went and did a stupid personality test on Facebook, and because they accepted that, it breached out and took information not just from them but from their friends, from their friends' friends, from their friends' friends. So what it came down to, they had a bunch of email, personal information, location, all that from millions, approximately 50 million plus. And what they did with that information, they helped a bunch of conservatives parties.
He was using a whole lot of different elections in different countries
for
and
Brexit,
stuff like that.
It wouldn't surprise me in the Netherlands as well. It wouldn't surprise me in the States.
But there's a lot of skepticism around it at the same time as well, because they was looking into like how effective was it, because it seemed, based on some of the footage or whatever that was coming out, looking into all of it, it seemed as though some of it was overstated, the effect and the influence that they indeed had on these elections.
Okay, the people that Cambridge Analytica personally helped Trump. There's even footage. There's like documents. They told Trump, yo, you have to talk about drain the swamp because that gives reaction. People love that. And then Trump says, because he's so stupid, Trump goes on the internet, like during the primaries and thing, he said, yo, they tell me to say drain the swamp. And I'm like, yo, that's stupid. I'm not going to say that. And then I went to a primary and I said it and they all loved it. I was like, wow. They were right. Look, like, then there's more examples.
A lot of that ain't necessarily nothing surprising, is nothing new. I get what you're saying with the Facebook thing to go out and get the information.
But it's also the fake ads and all that.
There's been, in politics in general, there's always been people trying to find, okay, what is the buzzwords and what is the hot topics and stuff that the people want me to talk about, the things to get the people riled up. This is nothing new.
But what makes this so different and so dangerous?
The information breach.
Yeah, it's the information breach.
Not a privacy breach.
It's yeah,
but you kind of setting yourself up for that, because they could only breach what you put on there.
Yeah, but Sean, like it's not, that information was not like, it was not that, okay, you willingly gave that information up, and a lot of the information that was put on Facebook was like, you have to keep in mind, like we're a population that is really stupid. We have the majority of the population is stupid. And when you have false information hitting on you constantly and purposefully hitting you because they know exactly how to target you in a certain way to get a certain reaction from you, that, and especially because it's a company, it's not even happening within the States. It's happening from other outside influences trying to manipulate your politics. Just imagine if this was happening in St. Martin, and you had the Netherlands specifically targeting everybody within St. Martin to think a certain way and act a certain way and vote a certain way.
But these things
with false information, that's fucked up.
Like what you're saying, the point of what you're saying is kind of reminds me of things that I was saying before regarding when you look at the U.S. election and stuff like leading up to the U.S. election, you couldn't, like, that was the height of Black Lives Matter. It's like every week there was a case of police brutality. And when you, like, this is what I'm saying, is like stirring racial tension. That's all that was happening leading up to the elections for Trump to capitalize off of, to use certain types of statements and things, because we know we've been fed like, okay, yo, this is crazy. There's been Trayvon, there's Eric Garner, there's this one, this one. And then all of a sudden after the election, it stopped. It was like, where was all of this? So what, did black people just stop dying, or did the news just stop reporting on it because did the news stop reporting on it because it wasn't benefiting them to rile up these kind of emotions in people?
No, but the thing is, even with Black Lives Matter, they were making false stories from Black Lives Matter as well. So like it goes that deep. Like when you look at the whole story, they made false articles.
But there's all kind of stuff.
And that's why that whole thing,
regarding Black Lives Matter and it being funded by George Soros and all of who George Soros is and his connections, and is like, is it still the same thing that it was initially and stuff, or is it actually a genuine?
But boy, we going. I
don't know.
Like we're gonna talk about this another time.
To me, is if you're worrying about like your privacy or what you think online, how they using it.
That was gonna be another question I had.
How they using it and all that is okay, cool. I can see what that. But if you're worrying about like your information leaking and people like worrying like where you is and all that kind of thing, if you don't put that shit out there, nobody can know. So I mean, you kind of setting to me personally, you're setting yourself up for that one.
Lead me to my question. Do y'all even believe that privacy can exist in the age that we're living in?
No, privacy cannot exist, but there still needs to be certain, like, that's why everybody's trying to figure out how to do things. Like, we're still in a figuring out phase. We haven't mastered this yet. So we, like, right now I can't see that, but there might be something to make it possible. But that's a hypothetical question. I really don't know.
I don't think so. There's no way you can want to be safe and stuff like that and not give up not give up. You can't have safety and freedom at the same time, I believe.
And also the reason why I'd say the thing about Google is, like, I don't know if you was aware of the amount of how Google's accused of influencing the US elections as well when it came to hiding certain search results and stuff. If you Google Hillary Clinton, but if you use Bing and you type in Hillary Clinton and stuff like that, the search results you see, I know they tailor them based on your likes and different things like that. But aside from just hiding everything that was negative, like if you type in Hillary Clinton BEN, which would probably be Benghazi, or so you're trying to look for anything, the amount of, you had to go to like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th page and stuff before anything actually would show up.
Do you know that the story, the Benghazi story is a fake story? You know, the people that started the whole Benghazi thing came out afterwards, hey, we just came up with that story because we wanted to dirty Hillary's name.
I ain't getting into whether that I'm just saying, like, I don't know about that or not.
Because Google has one policy, like when Google hides shit.
There was multiple things, like, Twitter because there was people who did the same thing. There was videos of people showing their own search results and then Googling the same thing, and it's supposed to show the most responding, the most linked to, how the algorithm is set up in Google is for the most linked to website or the most search for. That's what's supposed to show up, and it's like, but y'all just straight up lying because the things that people are indeed certain famous, y'all not showing that. That was the main sentiment. Benghazi just an example. Gotta give others and stuff, but
that is still different than specifically targeting someone and starting racial tension within a whole nation to specifically have a certain. Yeah, it is. Because at least
you're supposed to be impartial. Well, when your entire Facebook encode, like,
if Facebook was doing that,
accused of the same shit.
No, but if
Facebook and Google in supporting Hillary and stuff, being biased in this election, being extra selective about what they qualify as fake news and shutting down things from conservative things, but leaving like.
Of course, Facebook,
was
Google,
equally as biased.
Yeah, of course, Facebook, Google, all the tech companies are going to be more for Hillary Clinton because most tech companies are Democrats. by nature, just by the way that the tech companies are set up. But what I'm saying is it's different. Like if Facebook's doing that, I don't like it, but I could see that happening. But this wasn't Facebook doing that. There was a third company coming in. Like Facebook has your information. You gave it to Facebook. Facebook can do with it whatever they want. But it's different when you have a foreign entity coming within that environment and then stealing
certain Facebook users to give to join in this
You gave it to Facebook. You didn't give it to this consumer.
But once you give it, once you give it to Facebook, you give Facebook all right to wherever they want.
Cambridge Analytica, they approached certain Facebook users, and that's how they got in, because there were certain people that consented, and that's why Facebook was like, "No, this is not a privacy breach. There wasn't a hack. There was none of that happened."
They're saying that to cover their ass with lawyers because they have trillions of.
Because factually, that is what happened. There was people who voluntarily gave the information, and based on the fact that those few Facebook users gave the information, they could see the connections, and they had the connections to the other people. The information.
What they're saying is bullshit. Because
it's not a hack, dog. Do you know what hack means?
Yeah, I
Nothing was illegal. We didn't steal nobody passwords to get in. None of that was done. Which is why I'm saying our Facebook said it's not a breach. It's not a hack then.
So it's not a hack, but it's a breach. Look, if I give consent,
it's a misuse of service of anything. It's a misuse of the service in any situation.
You're getting email information and location information from people that did not consent. It's a hack. Don't listen to what the lawyers saying. They're saying this because they have trillions of dollars right now in limbo because they have to cover Facebook ads. This is PR talk.
Yeah,
this is PR talk.
But even as PR talk, if you go on terminology,
what does the word hack mean?
Exactly. If you go on terminology,
if you
understand what you're saying, I understand. Yes,
and information got taken because he did a breach. It's the same thing with the whole Hillary email story. One idiot went and clicked on the spam mail and he got everybody else's information. It wasn't that they hacked into the server. It was just someone opened the link and that link breached out to all the other emails. It's the same logic, but just look Facebook as that email server. One idiot approved it and it just breached out and got information of millions.
Yeah,
of
but
people.
even then, breach is a different word to be used.
But it's still stealing information. It's something that's not supposed to happen within that ecosystem, and it happened. And it needed to be some way to prevent that. There was. It's a hack, dog. This is PR talk.
I wouldn't call it a hack, but I see what you're saying.
If our credit card information was in that fuck, and they would have got that too, yeah. So there's layers to this. This is bigger. This is bigger than people think it is, dog. This is very fucked up in general. Because if this was just money being stolen, it would have been wouldn't be a big discussion. But just because it's privacy information, everybody's so desensitized of this topic, they're taking it like it's just a regular thing. This is very scary shit, dog.
Yeah, but again, you could only be scared of what you put out there.
That's why I fucking delete Facebook. But then again, if you want people to do whatever the fuck they want with your information, stay on Facebook. And hopefully they find the right way to
delete your phone. Don't
be on the internet, period. Yeah.
Like, Make it harder for people
deleting Facebook is not going to solve shit.
That is not the way.
The amount of information that is collected through your phone from other third-party apps and things in numerous ways. They may not be collecting it through Facebook. Every other app that you have, from Google to all the things that you use on your phone, like this is information that's stored and collected that's just as easily accessible as well as in Facebook.
That, but
to me, it's like if you're trying to make this whole PSA of be careful and don't do this, it's like quit everything, dog. That's the only way it's going to be effective.
No, but I understand what you're saying, but there's a big difference.
Quit everything.
That's the only way it's going to be effective.
There's a big difference with the company that you're allowing to do that, doing with the information that they are allowed to use because you're using their terms of service. They're using your information to improve their service or sell you certain products. That's fine. What I am arguing is when you have fucking Poindexter some fuckery, some evil entity coming in with bad intentions to do bad shit. But that's what I'm saying. Look, if Google gets a breach today, right?
You can't have one, but that's the thing, you can't have one without the other.
They stay that ignorant the way that Facebook is, and they're like, no, it was not a breach. No, nothing happened. No, like the way it's not just the situation, is the way that Facebook acted. 1, 2, Facebook knew from the get-go this happening. They did nothing. They didn't even give the company a fine. They didn't block the company. Nothing. So you're telling me a company came into your ecosystem, right? They did bad shit. They did shit they were not supposed to do. They were not allowed to do. You didn't even take the priorities to defend the users of your platform. You just say, you're not allowed to do that, and please delete all the files that you have. That's all that happened, John. They didn't take no repercussions. They didn't take no precautions to prevent this. And even when it happened, they didn't do nothing until the media found out through investigation that this happened. And because of the political attacks that they're getting, now they're doing something. Or they're saying that they're doing something.
But I was thinking, how you know they wasn't doing something?
They wasn't doing something, Sean.
But how you know?
Because the company Cambridge...
They had no reason to.
The company Cambridge paid so much money to be on the thing, and they paid so much money to put political ads. 1, they had really no reason to do anything.
I don't know. To me, I can't with those.
So I'm going to send you the link
with those.
With the investigation.
Hey, podcast rules, Woods. Podcast rules.
No.
Stick to the podcast rules. Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna send you the link, and you could look at the whole investigation. It's a very interesting story. They even went.
It's a deep story. Honestly, that whole Cambridge Analytica thing is
I don't have nothing with it. To me, you put out there what you have. It's just like safety and protection. You can't have one without the other. You can't have all these services and stuff like that out here and not expect that people not going to want to fuck around with it. Yeah. So if you choosing to risk to use the internet, you have to assume and you have to realize that this is a risk you're using as well.
Yeah. So I'm going to rephrase what I said in the beginning.
And we got to wrap it up. We nearing an hour and a half. When it's supposed to be shot. We near an hour and a half.
Put your information in a company you trust that will actually fight for your privacy, like how Apple and Google did with Android when the cops wanted to go into your phone, into the terrorist phone, and they didn't want to give them the key to open the breach. I don't
believe that shit.
But that's what happened.
I know that's what the news reported. I know that's what the news reported.
They sued Apple. No?
I know that's what the news reported.
I do believe that. Because if that shit breach,
these people have different agreements with the cops and stuff that we going to give them information.
But that's the whole shit I say with Wood story too. You don't really know what going on. You don't know the back
the internet service providers and stuff. How these people got agreements with law enforcement to give up your information if we investigate a crime. If you've been suspected of whatever, they volunteering your information. So I don't
not with the phones, no. With WhatsApp and stuff like that.
This is just like God. It's a belief. You have to believe what it is.
Yeah, but anyway,
you going to choose what you want to believe.
Just put your information with companies that you.
Yo, don't put nothing on the internet you don't want people to fucking use. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Safest way.
But anyway, regardless, I ain't using fucking Facebook no more because the company is fucking shit assholes.
All of them. But you know, I don't trust Facebook. But you realize Facebook by WhatsApp, right?
What? Yeah. Okay. Boy, you ain't see what I said? Eventually, I'm gonna delete WhatsApp too. The only reason I'm using it to chat with my mom, I ain't got nothing to hide there. But I ain't got my email on WhatsApp. I ain't got a bunch of information on WhatsApp. I had my PayPal on WhatsApp.
Based on your logic and your story saying before, they could use WhatsApp to get into anything else, no?
Sean, the information you have on Facebook, like your credit card, your email, your phone number, all that, that's what they breach.
Oh, you see, that's again, that goes back to the whole point. Don't put shit out there you don't want.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to use Facebook, no, because I don't want to, put other people that I have as friends at risk. Because of something that I could have done, looking at this story. So, let's go say, fuck this fuckery. And I just go use Instagram for putting pictures. Because I don't care with my pictures. Pictures, everyone can have it. And with WhatsApp, I never talk about, I ain't a fucking drug dealer. So I don't care what they listening to. But when it comes to your credit card information, when it comes to your PayPal information, certain stuff you don't want other people to have, no. And if this company ain't protecting you with that, let's end with that. I ain't saying no. I ain't saying no more. This company, dog, good luck.
Alrighty then. I think that's the note that we're going to end this podcast on. So if you didn't hear it yet, be safe, be secure with the information.
Shit.
I mean, if the PSA from Woods didn't get you,
nothing, man.
Yo, don't put out there what you don't want people to see, whether it's status or a thing, anything could be hacked and stuff like that. So this is 21st century. So that being said,
shout out to Black China.
We'll see you the next time we link.
Yeah, I ain't even going now. I ain't even going now.
Like you know the usual routine.
Share. Actually, as a matter of fact, have a good weekend. Because oh my God.
Yes. Okay,
follow me on Twitter. Sacramento.
Okay, then.
Hey, bless.